how they say art should have some deep creative meaning behind it? This does not. Welcome to my heifer version of the girl with a pearl earring. For this painting I will be using gouache, because it is something that both mesmerizes and terrifies me. So the perfect solution is to dive into the deep end and let's just see where this goes. Turns out that I'm absolutely horrendous at mixing colors. It's been a lot of muddy brown so far, but I'll figure it out eventually. Not wanting to waste anything, I just used whatever I had left from my previous painting, which, of course, more muddy brown. I did follow a few tutorials. I've done 4, I think. Yeah, 4 or 5 tutorials. Here are the tutorials and here are my results. This was just to learn the basics and get kind of a feel for the material. I probably should have done a little more practice before diving into this, but I didn't want to wait, so let's just get into it. I decided on a wooden board because I've never painted on a wooden board before. And the one that I got was super flaky, so I put down a layer of gesso first. It still wasn't really that great. And if I do it again, I will be putting more than one layer on, because I honestly think that's the issue. Or maybe it's the issue that I used gesso, but someone told me to use gesso, so who knows? There's so many differing opinions on this, back and forth on everything, I feel like. Either way, that's what I decided to do. I probably should have sandpapered it a bit as well, so I think I will do that next time, if I can be bothered. We'll see. Wooden boards are kind of expensive in my country and also really hard to come by sometimes, unless you're lucky and living close by a place that actually sells them. I have not seen them often. And when I've seen them, they have been ridiculously expensive compared to the others, in my opinion. So when I found this one that was cheap, I was like, yes. And originally I had this earmarked for Posca pens, because I was told that that was supposed to be really great with wood. But maybe my wood isn't wooding properly, but they were bleeding like a gunshot wound, so continuing would just be a waste. Absolute waste. So that's why it's gone over to my gouache instead. After making a few thumbnails, I decided on making her fat. Because fat cows are considered good even though she is a skinny person in the painting. I need to take some creative freedoms and make it make a little more sense. In the painting, she barely has any eyelashes, which was killing me because I so badly wanted to put eyelashes on this cow. But I wanted to stay as true to the picture as I could, except for the weight. That's the only thing. It has been really hard Googling information about this painting. And I honestly find that a little hard to believe considering how famous it is. So thank you, new Google. I literally can't find anything anymore. So I tried the next best thing. Let's watch the movie. Because they did make at least one movie of it, that I know. But I can't get a hold of that one either. And there's very little information about it on YouTube as well. So that has been a little frustrating, because I actually did want to know more about the painting. Maybe I need to start visiting actual libraries again. But at least I know it was painted by Johannes Vermeer. I'm probably butchering that name, I'm sorry. And it was painted in the 17th century. And the painting is very different from all of his other paintings. And people really like the fact that it looks like she's been caught in the middle of a real moment. This could be a photograph taken in the middle of a conversation, is what I'm trying to say. It's something really interesting about the expression in her face. Now, I did not manage to capture that, and I don't even know what to say. As a very Beauty and the Beast moment going on with these two paintings. I know that her eyes isn't in the same position as the way I placed them, but I did have them there originally, but I had to change it because it made me laugh so hard. So that's why she's looking more to the side than the other one. I went back and forth, but I had to. I just had to. The girl with the pearl earring is not one of my favorite paintings, so I don't know why I got such a burning need to paint a version of it, but I felt it for such a long time while I was working on my book. I really do think it is a pretty painting, absolutely. And if I could become half as good as him one day, I would be incredibly happy. Even though I'm going in a completely different direction from him, but you know what I mean. The technique and the quality and just, you can't look at, whether you like this painting or not, you can't look at it and say it's a bad painting, quality-wise. It is gorgeous and it really does manage to capture something special. And this is my first real painting with gouache, or at least what I consider my first real painting, considering the others were tutorials that I copied. And of course I have fallen in love with a medium that is way too expensive to actually continue with, but I can absolutely go over to acrylic, which I think I will, even though this is absolutely my favorite and it can be a little treat once in a while for my birthdays and whatnot. But it is a ridiculous price, at least the gouache I have gotten a hold of. Or maybe it won't be so bad if I just stop abusing my poor white gouache for mixing other random colors. But hopefully I can find a different brand that is better. But it was so much fun trying this. I can't wait to get my fundamentals right though. And I have absolutely seen myself blind on this picture, because I honestly thought I had twisted her more in a 3/4 picture. But clearly I haven't, because this looks very, very wrong. And it's fine. I'm still learning, but I think I will try to repaint this sometime down the line in the future. Because it is very hard to do this. No, I'm just laughing at how horrendous this kind of turned out. Because how would a cow wear lipstick? Well, it's how my cow wears lipstick. Also, I was really surprised by how small this painting is, because I always thought that this was a really big painting, but it's actually pretty small. One thing that is frustrating me about this painting though is that I forgot to turn her earring into a tag, which was my plan in the initial thumbnail sketch, but I guess that my nerves just got the better of me. And there's so many times I wanted to quit because it looked so incredibly bad. But I'm so glad that I finished it, and I still had fun, even though I was like, oh my gosh, it's not worth finishing this because it's just wasting my paint. But I'm happy. I actually am happy with this monstrosity. And I've already varnished it, so it's way too late to change anything or go back now, so. But it is frustrating that I forgot the tag, because I was gonna put a number and everything on it, but it's fine, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. And it has been times over the last few years where we have just been sitting there, watching a movie, and then I've turned the characters into a bull. So I have been doing this a few times, even though I never posted it. And it's just so much fun making a caricature out of things. I do want to mainly do original stuff though. But it's just, sometimes you gotta go out of what you usually do and just have some fun. And the results of this painting, how can I say? Look, it is what it is, and what it is isn't great. Or is it? Because people can't stop laughing. Now here's the thing. I was not planning on making another painting like this one. But when I finished this one, I got a request. And I've got a very, very strong request to make Poirot. Which is one of my favorite characters, by the way. So you have to excuse me, because I have to go and defile another character that I respect and love. Okay, I'm taking this. So tasty.